Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Moving to Maryland. I'm here with Nick and Megan. Hey guys.
Hello.
Today we're talking about a great neighborhood, Patterson Park. Nick, if you had to describe where it was located, how would you do that?
Patterson Park. Patterson Park easily. So obviously you can't live in the park. So Patterson Park basically is everything that is of the northern border of the park. So you have Baltimore Street, which is the northern end, up to Fayette. And then on the east and west, it blurs its lines both to Butchers Hill and Highlandtown to the east.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's really good access to all the other neighborhoods, like you said, Butchers Hill, Highlandtown, but also very close to Canton and Fells Point as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we argued for 20 minutes on the border between Highlandtown and Patterson Park, right? So you go on Google, it's one thing. You go on Live Baltimore, it's another thing.
And you ask like neighbors, and it'll be completely different too.
All the lines are blurred.
Yeah.
And that's part of Baltimore when you're surrounded by other neighborhoods close to a great park. So, when I think of Patterson Park, the neighborhood, of course, you think of Patterson Park, the park.
Of course.
One of the huge draws of Patterson Park, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I love the park. I play volleyball there. I've talked about this probably 18 times already, but I play volleyball there with volleyball in Patterson. But there's also Volo leagues there. They do kickball, softball. You have a ice skating rink, a dog park. There is just endless opportunities to just enjoy the green space in Baltimore there.
And then, what's really cool about Patterson Park, too, you wouldn't think it being kind of centrally located, but you got great access, easy ways to get to the highways, right?
Yeah, I mean, going Baltimore Street and Fayette, which are the borders of the neighborhood, you go west, you go right into downtown, go on 83, you just go east a little bit, and then you're right on to 95 and 695. So it's very easy because you're right through thoroughfares that get you anywhere you really want to go.
Yeah, and it's a good spot for medical doctors or professionals, for Johns Hopkins University of Maryland.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course, it's walkable like a lot of the city neighborhoods, little more removed. We were talking about Butchers Hill last week and saying it's like a step away from all the action in Fells Point. Well, this is like another step away.
2 steps.
Two steps.
Yeah. Yep, exactly, because you have Highlandtown right there, which everything that they have to offer, Butchers Hill too, and then the park. And you can walk through the park to get down to Canton. It's only, a 5-10 minute walk through the park to get down to the other side of Canton.
Right, yeah, and what I love I love a lot of ththings about Patterson Park. It's very diverse neighbors. It's and then the programming in the park is very diverse, and you have all of the big festivals, the Latino festival, the Polish festival. All of the festivals are in the park, and it brings people from all over the place. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah.
It becomes a hub of culture and excitement and things to do, which is great.
It does. You can never run out of things to do in Patterson Park.
We talked about this when we talked about Butchers Hill, but when there's concerts at the park, at the Pagoda, you just have all the great neighbors come down from Patterson Park. You have all of the, it reminds me of the movie The Warriors. All the gangs came out, the gangs of neighbors, right? To see.
You have the pill bottles on your fingers.
Come out. And, being involved in that. And I lived on Eastern Avenue for many years on the southern part of the park. And just phenomenal gathering of all the communities together. And there were no gang fights, but.
It's always good.
Yeah. The Cantons versus the there are some spots in Patterson Park. You don't have to walk to Highlandtown or Butchers Hill to get to a restaurant or a nice spot, right?
Yeah. I always love Patterson Public House, and also kind of like a hole in the wall Tijuana Tacos. It's a great spot.
Is awesome. Yeah.
Isn't there like a new place up there recently that
Pie Time.
Yeah,
that place is awesome. Really great local spot. It's an awesome place that highlights the good that Baltimore has because it's different. They're their own thing, and they love to be in that neighborhood and to share the great things that they love about it too. And it brings a great sense of community and pride being in that neighborhood.
It does.
And you are, I think of Highlandtown, which we'll talk about on another episode, as such a culturally diverse restaurant scene. All the things that. You're like, again, we argued over the border, so you're close to all of that, so you can't go without saying, like, being living in Patterson Park and all the benefits of being next to the park, and we'll talk about affordability, right? But you have all that like really good access to everything that's so great about Highlandtown.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can fight with your neighbors all day long where you live.
Yeah.
Highlandtown.
Right.
You have to. I mean, that's the Baltimore way. You always got to fight with your neighbors.
Ah, that's not the Baltimore way.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
Just your neighbors.
Yeah, honestly, just my neighbors.
No.
So I think for Patterson Park, although there are some restaurants, I do find it a little bit more of a residential neighborhood. And I think even though it's more residential, you still have amazing access. And the reason people live there is for Patterson Park. But also I think we were talking about is affordability. You are able to kind of have access to Butchers Hill, Canton, Highlandtown, and Patterson Park, but have really good affordability and purchase homes that, are really, mid 300s, low 300s as well, even 250s.
Yeah,
exactly.
Even in
Or the
200s.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or in the
Yeah,
ones.
it
Yeah, you can
depends.
find
Exactly.
good
There's
renovation
a good mix.
opportunities. Yeah, in the mid to low 100s, and then you can find something that's extremely livable in the low to mid 2s.
Right.
All day long. There's a dramatic difference in average price from Butchers Hill up into Patterson Park, and that's the benefit. And what's really cool is there's so many community associations up in that area as well that are really involved in the community, and brings that just really strong advocacy about the neighbors and the residents and things of that nature.
Yeah, I have a friend who lives on Streeper Street, and it has kind of like the brick road, but they all have string lights throughout the alleyway or like kind of that side street, and they have their own Facebook group. Like each street has its own kind of feel.
Tight-knit, yeah.
Exactly. And it's just, you look out for each other, and it's just a really awesome community.
It is. My friend lives on North Linwood, just north of the park caddy corner, and their favorite day of the year is the marathon, because the runners go right up their street, and so they all pull out their chairs, they bring out coolers, they cheer the runners on, everybody's out, and it's such a great camaraderie. We did it last year, 2022, when they did the marathon. We all stayed up, and 6 a.m. the runners started going by, and it was really fun. It's a great little community, like you said, that everybody just really has a lot of pride and enjoys where they live, and they have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. No, it's some of my closest friends live up there, and I think of Patterson Park as just tight knit. It's really a good way to explain it. So we are all real estate agents. We are with the Greatest Moves team, Remax Advantage Realty. We're located in Fells Point, just a couple minutes away from Patterson Park. So if you're interested in any of these neighborhoods, Patterson Park, Butchers Hill, Highlandtown, any of the surrounding neighborhoods, or any of the neighborhoods in Baltimore City, we'd love to help out. Reach out to us. Our contact info is in this post, and we'll talk to you soon.